Hello, everyone. I hope you're hydrated and having a wonderful day today. My name is Gina. I'm a tattoo artist, and today we're going to take a look at one of the most important inventions in tattoo history, the electric tattoo machine. Without it, we'd all still be doing stick and pokes. So let's dive in. We are looking at the 1870s. The Industrial Revolution is in full swing. Steel, electricity, and mass production is transforming society. Electricity is beginning to touch everyday life, but not yet tattooing. Tattoos are not mainstream, but they aren't unheard of either. Surprisingly enough, in the late 1800s, tattoos were actually a novelty reserved for the elite and upper classes of England. While in America, we mostly saw tattoos on sailors, convicts, and circus acts. The method of tattooing worldwide was hand poking. Slow, methodical, and very time-consuming. This also made tattoos not quite as easily accessible. Our story starts with something called the Bonwell electromagnetic mallet, patented in 1873 by dentist William Bonwell. It was marketed as a dental plunger that used electricity to hammer gold fillings into cavities. Honestly, an electromagnetic mallet is kind of a barbaric term to use for a tool that's supposed to go in your mouth, but I'm not a dentist, so what do I know? So, while that doesn't really have anything to do with tattoos, it is one of the first electric instruments on the market that used electromagnetic coils to drive a repetitive motion. And that exact principle would become the heartbeat of a tattoo machine. Fast forward a couple of years, and in walks Thomas Edison. Famous, controversial, often accused of taking credit for other people's work, but that's not what we're focusing on today. What matters to us is his 1876 invention, the electric pen. Edison's pen was officially named the autographic printing pen. Offices in the 1870s were pretty desperate to find a way to duplicate handwritten documents. So Edison invented a battery-powered pen with a motor that would drive a thick steel needle up and down about 50 punctures a second. The needle would then perforate paper along the path of the pen, creating a stencil, and ink would then be rolled over it to make copies. This is kind of the foundation of rotary pen. But Edison wasn't really satisfied and kept working to improve his pen, and just a couple years later, in 1877, he patented a second version of the pen, this time powered by electromagnetic coils, just like Bonwell's cavity mallet. This made our electric pen sturdier, more efficient, and the perfect blueprint for a tattoo-making device. Unfortunately for the electric pen, typewriters entered the market and the pen became obsolete by 1880. One could say it faded faster than a fine line tattoo by a cosmetologist. Now we skedaddle on over to New York and the epicenter of American tattooing. In Manhattan, Martin Hildebrandt just opened up the first American tattoo shop at 77 James Street. And a couple years later, Samuel O'Reilly opened up shop at 11 Chatham Square on the Bowery. Squeezed in between Little Italy, Chinatown, and the Lower East Side, it became the birthplace of American tattoo culture. O'Reilly saw the potential in Edison's electric pen. He added an ink reservoir, a needle guide tube, and on December 8, 1891, he patented the first tattoo machine. This invention marks the first confirmed adaptation of electricity to tattooing. With O'Reilly's tattoo machine, tattoos could be made faster, more consistently, and more efficiently than any other hand-poke tattoo methods. It was revolutionary, but he wasn't the only tattooer tinkering. See, the same electromagnetic principle that powered the Edison pen and O'Reilly's tattoo machine was already buzzing in people's homes. Literally. Electric doorbells used coils to pull an armature bar against a bell and then snap it back. That's basically the exact mechanism of a coil tattoo machine. Electricity is modernizing everyday living all over the world right now, so a lot of tattooers are coming up with their own gadgets from household appliances and figuring things out. Just 20 days after O'Reilly's patent in 1891, Londoner Thomas Riley patented a single coil tattoo machine built inside a brass box closely resembling a modified doorbell. By 1899, Alfred Charles South patented a dual coil design. This lighter, more efficient machine was quickly adopted by the very notable tattooer George Burchett, and it spread throughout the UK. Back on the Bowery, Sam O'Reilly was mentoring tattooer Charlie Wagner, and in 1904, he patented his own tattoo machine. His design was more compact, reliable, and easier to build. Known as the Michelangelo of tattooing, Wagner was pretty notable in his own right. He didn't just improve on Bonwell, Edison, and O'Reilly's tattoo ideas. Wagner was also a very credible tattooer that tattooed on the Bowery for decades and would continue to build onto the foundation of American traditional tattooing for many years to come. He even eventually took over O'Reilly's shop after he passed away in 1909. So Wagner's design basically locked in the geometry of coil machines. After Wagner, tattoo machines spread relatively quickly. Percy Waters of Detroit helped standardize tattooing in the 1920s by selling machines, flash sheets, and complete tattoo kits through his mail-order catalogs. His designs shaped American tattooing for decades to come. Paul Rogers, active from the 1940s onward, was known as a master builder. He refined coil tuning, hand-wound coils, and adjusted springs with precision. Beyond his own machines, Rogers mentored new builders and created a lineage of craftsmanship that continues to this day. His is one of the biggest names in all of the tattoo world. And across the Atlantic, Christian Warlick in Hamburg, Germany became Europe's most famous tattooer of the early 20th century. His adoption of electric tattoo machines popularized tattooing across the continent, bringing the coil machine firmly into European practice. In the 1970s, a couple of German tattooers revisited Edison's rotary concept. Manfred Kors and Horst Streckenbach created lightweight rotary tattoo machines. These designs offered quieter operation with less vibration and definitely started to pave the road for rotary-style tattoo pens today, but at the time, coil machines offered more power and remained the most popular machine style for many more decades. It wasn't until the late 20th and early 21st century that rotary machines started to see a rise in popularity again. New engineering, better motors, and cartridge needle systems made them more efficient, versatile, and easy to use. And today, tattoo machines come in way too many forms, each of which reflects on over a century of experimentation and refinement, building on the foundations laid by Bonwell, Edison, O'Reilly, Riley, South, Wagner, Waters, Rogers, Warlick, Streckenbach, did I say Rogers? And so many others. It's the result of ingenuity, adaptation, and a collaboration of ideas. We got a dentist's hammer, Edison's failed pens, doorbells. Every artist has their own preference. Some people are loyal to the coil, some people prefer the feel of a rotary machine, and who knows, with things like robot tattoos on the horizon, the future is wide open. I will make a video 20 years in the future reflecting on all of this, and I'll keep you updated. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this little trip into tattoo history and our little discussion on electric tattoo machines, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment for what tattoo subject you want me to dive into next. Until then, stay hydrated, take care of your tattoos, and I'll see you in the next one.